Hi everyone, it's Rachel here. I just wanted to show you these new bundles that I have. As you know, I hoard a lot of stuff and I decided to share some of it. I've kept some for me so I can use it, and then I'm sharing some with you guys. So I'll show you what's in the bundles, and then I'll show you some things that I've started with them, but I haven't finished yet. So a stamped piece of antique hemp. This is an antique piece of hemp. This has been stamped with the traditional block printing style that in Romania, and they use natural pigments like rust. This is done with rust, and it was a old apron that had been stamped everywhere. Some pieces will be bigger of everything and some things will be smaller. So it just, I tried to balance it out. If I gave a big one of something else, then I gave a smaller one of something else. So it was even. This beautiful piece here, this is handmade, but I don't know what type of crochet or lace making it is. It's quite thick, but I thought it would make a nice pocket. And then a piece of, that's a vintage piece of lace. Beautiful. This is actually, feels like linen. It could be a very fine linen or mix cotton and linen, and I just thought that's beautiful to use. Now the idea with these kits was to have things to create journal covers and to decorate the journal cover, or inside, to put things inside. So this is a beautiful piece of linen. It's all hand done and it's cut work, and it was an incomplete tablecloth or table runner that I had. This is just a vintage piece of, it's a sheet or a curtain. I think it was a curtain. But I love the colour, and it's a nice thin fabric, and I thought this would be nice, or to make, you'd have to put it on to book page or something, or otherwise to, sort of ruche it up and have it down the edge of pages, make tabs, or if you wanted to make a pocket, you'd maybe put it on to book page or something like that, or slow stitch it, or put it on a cover or something like that. This is a very thin piece of toile. It's kind of feels like it's a polyester, but again, I thought this would be very nice if you wanted to do some ruching, sort of, something like that, if you wanted to do that down a spine or down the edge of a page. It's a very thin fabric, so I thought it was good for that. This is just the edge. I put this in because it has this wonderful woolen stitched edge, and these are quite old Eastern European embroideries, and this is linen, and I don't know, I think this might be a cotton. It's a woven kind of cotton. It's very textural. So I put in these little bits because I thought they could make a nice pocket or something, or a side tuck or something like that. Some of them have marks. Maybe try it. They've got watermark sort of things on them. You could, not from me, but you could try and give them a wash if you wanted to see if that'll come out. But that's all part of the aging process. Now this one, I put it in like this. I thought this could be decorated. Maybe put that at the bottom, and you could make a nice squarish sort of journal, or otherwise you could do it like this, put some edging on here and make it into a little mini journal that closes over, and it would be, you could get quite a lot of pages in there. So that's what the idea was, that what with that one was. And then this one I had, none of them are straight, of course, because I don't use my thing. This one has quite a bit of yellowing. If it doesn't come out, you could put you could put your lace down there, or another piece of lace. I think that's cute. You could even make that a belly band on the cover, and that's actually the back. You could make it a belly band, so maybe on the back, and you could slip something in there, which would be cool. My idea with this one was, and you'll see in a minute, was to have more like maybe a traveler's notebook. I didn't worry about this being crooked, but I'll show you what I did in a minute. You can trim that off, and then that would fold over like that, and you get a journal out of that. This is a piece of vintage tapestry that I bought at my antique market that's cancelled at the moment, and I just thought it was a lot of fun to do as a journal. You can have it as a fold over. You could even fold that in there and stitch it down as a tuck, and then have a journal that size. So I've tried to make them nice big sizes to these. I mean, these are heavier fabrics. You can stitch on them, like you can hand stitch on them, like you can apply things on there. I mean, you can, I might even, just because there's a lot of that pattern, I might even take a piece of this and apply it there. You know, you can do a bit of that on these. Certainly can stitch on them, but the heavier fabric's good for covers. That's what I thought. And I've been collecting them for quite a while just for this purpose. Now, this one is super special. This is some Italian cut velvet upholstery fabric, and this was from some armchairs from the 1800s. So this, and it was original. So these are from the 1800s. So obviously parts, this is a very faded one. There are others that are faded in one bit and brighter in the other. I also left the very grungy bits. Maybe it went down like that. It was sort of torn and cut, because I thought it would be really cool just to have like that as a closure sort of thing as well. So that's super old special fabric, and I certainly would do something on there with some laces or doilies or what have you. This is a beautiful, this one's not in my hemp pack at the moment. This is we did actually iron it. Steffi ironed it for me, but it's still crinkly because my iron's not very good. If my mother-in-law ironed it, that would be perfectly flat. It's a nice big piece, and it's the most beautiful textural. It almost feels like it's been mixed in with linen, but I've been told, well, one Italian lady told me that, see, some dealers tell me that they're a linen hemp mix, and others, and then this lady on Etsy, she's Italian, she told me that she worked in the textile industry and they didn't do that. It was all pure hemp, even though it might feel a bit linen-y. But that's a beautiful, beautiful hemp. It's a big piece of that. Now this is fun. This actually was a big blanket, and you get the holes, and if you get the holes, consider yourself lucky, because you know I love holes. This is not probably that old, this bit here. This was the binding sort of thing. This is a woolen blanket, and it was Stefano's great grandma's, and they've got two. This one had holes in it, so my mother-in-law gave me that, and I've kept some for myself, because this is it's a nice weave. It's a linen sort of color. Some have a stripe, some don't, but it's lovely to do embroidery on that as well. So that would be a really fun cover. I don't know whether I would keep that or not. I would have to decide depending what my cover looked like. But I gave a nice big piece, mostly. I mean, the pieces vary, but if you got a smaller piece of this, you got a bigger piece of something else. And then this is a linen. It's machine embroidered. It's a sample. But I thought this could make a really nice cover, or it's really nice to line inside with. You know, line inside your journal. So that's basically what they are, but they will vary. The sizes will vary, and what's in them will vary, because I had different types of these, and so it might not be this one, it might be a different one, but I mean, of course, I only buy things that I like, so you don't need to worry about that. And then, of course, some of these have edging, some of them don't, but it's such a nice piece of linen. I had to put it in there. I didn't want to throw it out or anything like that. And then, so that's how they'll sort of come. But each one will have some differences in them, just because of, you know, I didn't have huge pieces of everything. And they will come with a little teeny tiny surprise as well to say thank you. So the ones that I've wrapped around in blue, they only had one of the Eastern European embroideries, but then they get a beautiful brocade sort of fabric with the gold. Most of them have gold edging on them as well, so that's the only difference. So they might get that instead of one of these Eastern European ones. Just trying to see what's in here. I forget. No, I didn't forget something in there. Yeah, so that's what they're like. And then, of course, some of them will have that same one of these, and some will have a different one as I started to run out of that one. And then on the top where this one had this, this one has this one here to make pockets. So that will vary. That will vary there. That one's got that as well. And that's a different one to that one. But I tried to give all the really nice bits to use. And now I just wanted to show you, I've only got limited amount. I put these things in my shop before I do my video. If you you know, sort of have favorited my shop, then you'll get a notification that I've got something new in my shop. It doesn't happen that often, does it? But anyway, this has taken me a long time to sort of gather up all the stuff, and some of these things I've been hoarding for years, honestly. I have been hoarding them for years, and I'm sharing them. And as I said, I've kept some for myself, so I feel like I can share them. And now I'll show you what I'm doing. These are not complete. I don't know when they'll be complete. So, yeah, don't book them or anything like that because they're not ready yet. But I'm doing more Medieval Mirage. And so this is a cover. This is a pocket. So, for example, the one in that pack, you could stitch that on there and it could be a pocket. And so this is one of the Eastern European. I wanted to show you because they're quite bold colours, like, you know, strong sort of browns and greens and beiges. But they do, if you decorate them, they do look really nice. I put a little bit of lace down there. And then this is from the same type as the embroidered one, but this was just a plain linen, and it's straight, this one. So what I did was I stitched it along there, and because I put that there, I didn't worry about the crookedness. I just left it. And then I'm going to stitch that in there and put a back pocket. So I haven't finished working on them yet. They'll probably take a while to get done. And then there's a pocket there with that one. And then I have to stitch this in, and then again Medieval Mirage, and I'm going to stitch a bit of lace there. And I put I folded up the linen. This is the beige linen, same type as the embroidered one, but just plain. And I folded it up and stitched it down as a pocket, front and back there. And then that's the back. So I put a bit of lace there as well. So just to give you an idea, these are not finished. I wanted to have them finished before I did my video, but I just haven't gotten there, as you know. So yeah, so I think I've only got 16 of these because I didn't have any more of certain bits, but I do have a few little bits left over, but I don't know whether I might keep those, and I could probably do a smaller pack. I don't know. So yeah, so that's really exciting. I'm actually working on another bigger bundle that will be more expensive. It's going to have a lot of stuff in it. So, but I haven't finished on that one yet either. So I've got to really get my head around it, what to put in it. So yeah, so I hope you like those. As I said, you can slow stitch with them, but they are more, I thought they were good for journal covers, these types of fabrics. A lot of fun and texture and squishiness happening. So yeah, I hope you're well, and I will thank you for watching, and I will see you again soon. Bye.